This week on Franklin Stein's Garage, we finally get the Bob Rod up and running. Welcome back to another episode of Franklin Stein's Garage. This week, we are going to put that 350 Chevy in this Ford. Got her all prepped and ready to go. I just got to get the engine mounts off what's left of that Impala frame, the white one, not the 66 that we're fixing up, but the motor mounts off the white frame and get them on the engine so that when we sit it down in here, when we mock it up, we can tack them in place and well, we might just buzz them right in if we got access all the way around. But that's just how we're gonna do it. We're gonna weld the motor mounts right down to that because this frame is nothing special anyways, guys, as you know. And then we gotta fabricate a cross member for the transmission, and then we'll go ahead and make ourselves a roadkill to-do list out of cardboard and start crossing stuff off, like hooking up the radiator, the hoses, and throttle, fuel, etc. It's gonna be a long day. So still got that 390 sitting there. If anybody's interested in that, go ahead and email us if you're interested in it. But this is the 350 out of that white Impala. And here in just a minute, I'll show you what to do before you put the transmission back on any engine. Well, automatic in this case. You gotta lock in that torque converter. We had to pull the torque converter out with it because, if you remember correctly, or watch that video, it was seized up and we could not spin it over to get the bolts out. So we had to pull it out with it. No big deal. Just another step. So unfortunately, the drive shaft that me and RJ made a couple weeks ago is going to have to get cut again because this setup will no longer work because we are not running the 390 and the 4-speed in this, unfortunately. So, we're going to have to try again, but no need to worry because if you heard me in the last video, the drive shaft out of that white Impala fits right inside this snug, and we could phase the U-joints and get our length to the other transmission as needed and go ahead and weld around it again, and then that will alleviate that carrier bearing, so it'll be one solid drive shaft. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so for reinstalling our torque converter, well, gotta slide the transmission out first. Tire was in the way. Anyways, reinstalling torque converter. Put it on there. 1. Come on now. 2, 3. Okay. 3 clicks. 3. No matter what you're working on. Now that it's set and engaged to the pump on the automatic transmission, we are ready to install. If you do not do that, it will screw shit up. Just give it a few more just to make sure. I know I felt 3, but you always just want to give her a few more. Make sure she's seated in there. All right, I think we're good. Okay. Now, do the best you can to line these 3 holes up with the 3 on the flex plate again, and try and get them bolted together. All right, let's go. Damn bees. Drawing the bell housing together with the bolts is a big no-no. I'm not doing that. I'm just simply holding my place. I got it started in each of these dowels, and the input part of the torque converter is started in the flex plate. Excuse Willie in the background. He won't quit panting and whining because he wants to run. I'll put the one with the longer shank there. Alrighty. Now again, I'm not drawing the transmission together with the bolts. It's hard to do some things by yourself, and when it's not in a vehicle, holding the transmission in place. Just taking up the slack of each one so I can lower the engine down. Okay. Then I'll wiggle it closer. That way, because if you do try and draw the transmission together with the bolts, you could risk snapping the ears off of the transmission or stripping one of the holes out. It's just a no-no. what I will do now is, since these two are closer, I'll pick up on the engine a little bit, and that will draw the gap down here back together. Whoop. Don't want to do that. Might have to use a wrench on that guy. Extension. Awful lot of traffic for a one-lane road. Aye. I know what you're thinking. Quit using the deep well. I like deep wells. Alright, I'll use a shallow well. You talk me into it. Ah, much better. Right tool for the job. Okay. Snug that up and we'll pick up on the engine, and that should close that gap together. A few swiggles of persuasion. Pick it up a little bit higher. Alrighty. We're getting real tight together and close now, where it's just that last little bit. Okay, go ahead and draw the last little bit together. I won't tell. You can do things by yourself. That being said, I have RJ coming over later on probably. So it is nice when you do have help. Alright, that's all back together. A little bit of information you didn't know about off camera. This thing took a bit of a nosedive moving it out of the trailer. So, yeah, the power steering pump fell victim to that. And the fan did a little bit, not too terribly bad. We bent it back somewhat, but that's the only thing that got harmed. I don't know exactly how it happened, but the chain come unhooked is what happened. But it doesn't matter. We don't have power steering in this Ford anyway, so that actually can come off of there. We may just pull that off of there, because the more room, the better, especially when something is not supposed to fit in that. So, I bet you're probably thinking that I forgot about those torque converter bolts.
Wrong-o.
Yeah, no, just about to do that. They're at a pretty good spot where I can get to them now and roll the engine over. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Franklinsteinsgarage tech tip of the day. A 409 can cap fits directly over the tail shaft, so you don't lose all your transmission fluid. I mean, it's snug on there, so should be good enough to hold on to there while we get this thing weaseled in there. So 409 can. Save the caps. Alright, so what am I doing now? Well, I'll tell you. This is the spacer for the original fuel pump that came on this engine. And since we already have the bobbed rod wired up for a clickety-clack electric pump. We're just going to go ahead and block this off. I typically don't like electronic fuel pumps, but it's already set up for that, so that's what we're going to use. So we're going to trace this out and mark the holes where it needs drilled, and this will be a block-off plate so that we don't lose any oil out of there or that rod, because eventually if I go to use this engine again, I want the mechanical fuel pump in there because that's the right thing to do. So, and if I just let it sit down there up against that plate like this, it'll always be there for when I go to need it. So, all right. And just like that, it's blocked off. So, now what we got to do is get our motor mounts put in here loosely. And what else we got to do? We got to loop these lines here, true derby fashion. But that's all right. We're not going to get it too hot to where it's going to, you know, ruin the transmission. But if it does, I mean, no sweat. Because, I mean, this transmission's not in the greatest shape anyways, guys. So, we're going to loop the lines. And I have to change that oil filter because if you remember correctly, in the Will It Run video of this 350, it had quite the leak. So, gotta address that. Alright, let's get after it. Yep.
I need a pry bar.
Yeah, that'll fine tune it.
Which one? Oh, you got it, Damien? Thank you. Here, let me get on
Yours
that
has
side.
got to come. Maybe we can shove that.
What if we just kick the tail shaft?
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Boot that way a little bit, Damien.
Oh, try like hell.
Yeah. I'd come and help you, but it's kind of a one-man job. Yeah.
Put your purse into it.
Whoa, too much.
No, hang on.
Oh, get out of there.
Be careful under there, man.
Yeah.
The block of wood.
inch and 3/4.
I may need your help. You may need my help putting that back up on the block of wood.
RJ, you be careful there too, man, okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Two and a
Alright, let's
half.
shove her back on the block of wood. Ready?
You got her.
Right there. Huh?
You got 2 1/4.
To the end from that motor mount.
Yeah,
What about the other side?
2 1/2.
Okay, so.
Hey, RJ, hand me that bar.
I can't bend down and
Here,
grab
okay, I can grab stuff. I'm very nervous about
Who
being
got
over.
that?
it. It's right here by your
Am I
foot.
going the wrong way?
Thank you.
I can't bend down from here.
Okay, here, Damien.
Alright, you got 2 1/4 on the passenger side. 2 3/4 on the driver's side.
Oh fuck, I went the wrong way.
Yeah, hold still.
Easier said than done.
2 1/2 on the driver's side.
So that should be 2 1/2 on both sides then.
Almost 2 1/2 on the passenger side. So just go like 1/4 inch.
Maybe like an eighth. Right there.
Yeah, the motor moving up the mount, but you're close enough.
Hold that right there. I'll go grab the fucking welder and back her in place.
Yeah, you're almost 2 1/2 on both
You good,
sides.
baby?
Give her again, RJ. Looks too good.
Can I turn the music off though, just in case there's? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's got a power button.
Hold on. Yeah, hold her there for a minute. Hold her there. Hold her wide open for a minute.
like to see hobos naked?
What?
You say home is where you make it?
No. Home, where you make it? Where you make it?
You like to see hobos naked?
Everybody know that. Goddamn boy.
Oh God, we have to add clips in now, guys.
No. Home is where you make it. Home, where you make it. Oh, everybody know that. Goddamn, boy.
Oh, look at that. All right, give her bottoms. Oh.
You got some good spring.
Oh, some good spring action. Chevy to
The sun
Ford.
is reflecting off us. I honestly
Yeah,
can't see.
Chevy to Ford.
A little stiffer in a clutch pedal, but damn.
Well, that'd be all right. We'll put the heat to her. She'll loosen up. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Fuck all that. This is a man's vehicle.
You think
She's
this
gonna
woman's
be
not
good.
gonna drive it?
I didn't say. All right. It's a sing-along ride.
We gotta take it back now. Imagine taking it back and dropping it off with the Impala engine in it.
Hey, we want our money back.
We want our money back.
For both
You said this
vehicles.
would work, and it does not work.
For both vehicles.
Yeah,
Because
for
we
both.
got both of these
What's your
from
return
the
policy?
same yeah,
Yeah,
right.
what's-
What's the return policy on this?
Okay, clearly right there. So, there.
See, the sun's reflecting on this.
Oh, yeah, all right. Goes there. And there. Oh, perfect. All right, now, we just got to figure out the bolts that I took out of there when I pulled this out of the Impala.
Are they in there?
No.
Oh.
This is like a long ways.
It's got AC.
Does it though?
She's come a long way.
I spit on him every mile.
Every mile. Yeah.
It's got the old-fashioned fucking road vent on the passenger side.
Does
Yeah,
it?
below the fucking glove box, you just pull it open, you get the air from the underneath the truck blowing on you.
Nice. We just gotta hold that over there. And it'll work. Look at that though.
Hold what, where?
The plug wires over here because on a Ford,
Zip ties.
on a Ford the distributor's up here
Yeah.
and
Well, you can zip tie around that plug there, and then around them to that
Yeah.
zip tie to pull
hold
them
her over because then when you give her the bottoms it's just fine.
Yeah.
You got that clutch figured out, babe? Oh,
Clutch.
there's no clutch. Right. I'm
Automatic
sorry.
now.
It's
Completely.
autocratic.
Hey.
So we gotta, this is the kickdown cable. Just gotta find the bolts and that's hooked back up for when we really give her the bottoms. But the throttle is hooked up. We gotta hook up the ground strap also. We'll do that. Upon doing that, I gotta finish welding in the motor mounts. We have to make a cross member. We have to make a drive shaft.
That's gonna be fun, the drive shaft.
Let me finish the motor mounts, that way somebody else can work on wiring, because I don't want to.
Louis hates wiring.
I know.
RJ's a volunteer?
I can wire some shit.
Okay. And Damien's in there, the voice of reason.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta move this out of the way because we don't need it. Engine and transmission are in. We welded the motor mounts down. We got our fuel system hooked up. RJ is wiring up the starter. Damien is working on the rad hoses. I am making the transmission cross member. And also we are making the drive shaft work for this. So now we are hooking up the ignition to that. We're not going to worry about the kickdown cable for now. We will later. For now,
Show me the kickdown cable, babe.
right here. It just needs bolted back down, and we'll worry about that later. But for now, RJ is wiring that up. We're gonna throw a battery
electrician, and what are you doing, Damien?
He's hooking up the rad hoses, and he's got the rad back in.
So he's doing grunt work.
Pretty much.
We all are. I'm under there welding. So I'm going to get back to doing that. As soon as RJ's ready to test this out, we are going to throw a battery in this and throw some Cosby down the intake and see if we have light from the key of the Ford. So, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hoping this bob rod will run. Damien's got some hose.
Look at that shit.
Look at that, guys. Everybody working together. Highly functioning. Sweet.
All right. RJ may have it wired up correctly. Let's see if we get crankage. Go ahead. Whoa!
Got flaming.
We have it correct. Sweet, RJ.
You did awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
It's still burning.
It's all right. It'll burn its way out. We have successfully adapted a Ford wire harness to a Chevy starter. Oh, we did. You did.
Hell yeah.
You did. All right. I got to finish welding the cross member and the drive shaft. Damien's got to finish up the radiator. And we're going to take this sucker for a rip. Oh, we need oil, too. It is low on oil. We probably should have topped that off before we did that. But, oh well.
RJ, good job. That was first try. I couldn't
Right
even
on,
hit
man.
cord fast enough to get that thing. It was
And he even had the terminal upside down.
It
It'll be all right. But he got her wired up to the key first.
It's fine. We'll just have to do.
Just get excited.
Just put a goose there.
Okay, so Damien's gonna handle some hose. RJ is gonna handle the electronics as he's been doing,
That's still burning.
and Louis is.
Nice.
Oh, hopefully shit doesn't catch
First
on fire.
try, man. We
Yes,
got
that
it.
was
Fuck yeah.
really sweet, guys. Hey,
You know
this
what's weird about you doing the wiring?
proves 3 wrongs do make a right.
I'm the dealer type. That's
All right, let's get back to work. All right, you've heard the first fire up. We got going on in here. Cutting out for the shifter. So I can finish welding the drive shaft. See, I can't spin it right now because we can't get it out of park until he cuts that. Then we can spin it. Damien, what do you got going on here?
I'm just making adapters for
Making-
both sleeves for the fucking 3-piece radiator hose.
All right. 3-piece radiator hose.
I was playing soccer with our son.
All right. Divide and conquer. Of course, there's Willie Dog. Try that. All right. Nope. Nope. Is it moving at all?
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude, you cut the hell out of yourself.
Yeah, it's a little sharp.
Are you okay?
Oh, dude. Yeah, let me see the bottom part here. Move it again, RJ. Oh, it's not even moving, that's why. Pull it all the way forward. Pull the hell out of it. Yeah, one more. One more. Oh, one more. Not fully in there yet. All right, right there, hang on. There we go. We're in neutralis. Yeah, give her a whirl. About right where that light is tranny fluid.
It ain't got enough to break these tires free.
Nope. It's low on transmission fluid. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys should make sure there's a clear path. You have to.
There was a clear path if I would have been able to back up, but there's simply not enough transmission fluid to do it.
Yeah,
we need to take transmission fluid out of that 2-speed power glide that's in there. So let's do that.
Hey guys, it's running.
Yes, it is.
I kind of want to see it. I actually didn't.
Of course, I'm in flip-flops and this is all mud.
overheating, Bubba's. It's overheating. There's no coolant in it. Yeah! We got her, guys. We put a Chevy engine in a Ford.
You got it in that kickdown cable.
I can't even believe this. Let me get inside.
I got too much traction.
I got iPhone issues. It doesn't focus properly.
All-wheel drive's kicking my ass.
All right, it is the next day. We situated the radiator hoses somewhat, topped it off with ATF, and now let's go for a little drive. Maybe. Hold that damn door. No! Well, tell you what. I wish I could say it's a treat to drive it, but I think I might be lying. She's a bear to keep control of. But it runs nonetheless. Kind of shitty, but it runs. Unbelievable. What do you guys think? Weld the rear diff? Maybe put a bunch of weight on the back? Try and do wheelies? Yeah, right, it'd break in half. At least weld the rear diff though. Maybe we can do some serious donuts with it, maybe. If it's wet out. That hose doesn't look happy. I'm gonna stay away from that hose. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely nice to have earplugs while driving this thing. There's a massive transmission leak that we got to take care of. And not exactly sure where it's coming from, but we'll figure it out, because that stuff, they don't just give that away. So I want to try and keep as much of it in there as possible. Right. Horn still work? Oh yeah. I don't know. Quite the creation. What would you guys have done? Taken it to the scrapyard? Or at least tried to do something like this first? Oh, looks like a weld's breaking. Oh no. I have to jack that up and fix that. Damn. Oh well, no big deal. We can fix her. All right.
Louis looks over and says, the bob rod's smoking.
It's still on fire?
Yeah, I'm nervous to go over there.
Take it down. she must have just backfired, and that's why.
Oh, look at all the weeds you got in there.
I attempted to start it a minute ago, and it went, and then it went, boom, and then the battery, of course, died. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Let's
it
unhook the
literally
battery.
fired up.
it fired up.